all gonna die. Just not today.
What are we looking at today? Hey, here, over here. I understand. Left Hand Brewing Company's Meyer Lemon Drop Shandy. Zesty from our hand to yours. Peeling fine, 5.5%. The good news is it's a 6-pack. So if they suck, it's a 6-pack. Then we just give them the match or something. I have to say, as far as left hand goes, I don't know if I've had anything that I have not liked from them. This is a seasonal. 'Tis the season. Smells like lemon drop candy. Cheers. Okay, it's not real sweet. Kind of ends on a drier, bitter finish. I guess that's the zesty part. Now I can't remember everything I've had from them. Oh yeah, there's a whole mix of the marshmallow and the s'more stuff, and the best is just any of the ones that pour hard. Those come out so nice and creamy. Yeah, so I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to do the review as of yesterday, but when I got there this morning, it was like we did not entirely follow direction. So, did what I could. Told them what needed to be done yesterday, and I came home and I cleaned the tool drawer. Instead of overflowing with shit, it's kind of just tools. I know, weird. Let's see, what else do I know today? I have hired a publicist, and we talked today, and he told me that the best thing I could do is just tone down the rhetoric and stick straight with the facts. So that's what I'm gonna do. At least through the first 2 or 3 beers, because after that I go liable, I guess, would be the thing. Yeah, so what is there now? Over 8,000 views of Marshall sticking his head in the pool and then drying his face off on my let me double check, because for a while there, every single time I came back there was another 500. There is 8,500 and something views of the marshmallow. First in is Salty saying hangry nakedness. Miss 27 says no. El Tenda says cheers. Cheers, my brother. Need to find a time and excuse or win the lottery or something where our group can get back together. Even if there's no guns involved. But having said that, my first contact with the the secret range somewhere in northern Wisconsin. Seems like every single out there wasn't an extensive list of rules. The stuff that they sent me didn't have, you can't do this, you can't have that, you can't do this, you can't do. Every contact I've had has been like, yeah, bring friends and family. Okay, well, what if I brought 47 friends? I don't know. I'd insist that everybody just put a little bit aside and made a donation. Maybe the guys that will make it up here 2 or 3 times in a season with me, you get a membership. I think it was $38 for the year. And but me and David were talking about this. I am not going to not renew my membership with Northern, the Island Lake Club, because as nice as one is, I still think that Island Lake gives you a better pistol area. If for no other reason, it's paved. So after you do your afternoon of shooting, you get the broom out, you sweep it all up, and you put it in a bucket and find out who wants to take brass home. I told Jolson and his dad that I probably have some extra stuff that I could donate to the cause. They have a system out there where when you're done shooting for the day, you just put it all in a bucket by the door. Then somebody when they're bored, evidently gets that fun job of doing brass. That's what you should have had your daughter doing, Josh, when she still lived with you. After you're done with your chores and your homework, sort brass. Oh, I tell you, there's not much worse than thinking, oh, you know what? I'm being lazy. I'm just gonna wet tumble some 9mm and some 10mm. It's almost like a bet. You had a bet against God, and God won. You would be shocked on one tumble of brass how many 9mm you'll find fitted perfectly down inside of a 10mm. Who knew? Never did that again. But yeah, digging the new range for rifles. I'm not as impressed with it for pistols, but I don't know, maybe if you had the place to yourself, you could just shoot pistols from the rifle area. The rifle area is a big area, and it's covered, so on a hot summer day, you would not be standing out in the sun. And like I've said before, the most beautiful part, take the lowest ground clearance car sitting in the parking lot and get in it and easily drive it to any of the target holders along the way. And those target holders are 4 foot by 8 foot, and that's that corrugated plastic, and you just staple or tape or pin or whatever you want to do with your targets. And I don't even have to ask about steel because they provide steel. They were on the first 3, but I'd like to, just for fun shooting, like say open sights with the Ishpore, be able to just have my steel plate all the way out there. I'm going to have to make up some new stuff. My good plates and stands I actually left up at the shack. Kind of, Michael, you use them all you want kind of a thing. Try to say thanks at least. Yeah, we haven't, it's been quite a while since I've actually been out to the shack. But yeah, the drive for Island Lake is about maybe 15 minutes closer than the undisclosed range in northern Wisconsin. But the the guy answered my email and said, bring friends, bring family. We don't have a problem with you bringing your camera and putting stuff up on YouTube. They just gave me a copy and paste disclaimer ruling out anything stupid that I did, that the range has no responsibility. That's fair. That's all I have to do. Cool. And then the guy said, love an opportunity to get to meet you in person. So give me an idea next time you're planning on coming out, and I'll try to, make sure to stop out and answer any more of your questions and meet you personally. So Now, on the other hand, I don't know if Tom will hear me say this. Tom is a range officer, and I think he's trying to get on the council, if he isn't already on the council out there. Good, because we need somebody that's, the council that just wanted to get rid of the range so they could have the campers. Screw the campers. But if it wasn't for belonging to Island Lake, I would have never met Tom. And Tom's a cool guy. He's like, you and Dave, let me know when you're going to a gun show. And we've rendezvoused at quite a few. Good group of people. There's such a difference between hanging out with a true patriot, someone that believes in the right of us to be able to enjoy guns and pass it on to the next generation. And some more housekeeping here. I want to say a big thank you to David. Just so you don't think it's the exact same book. Book 1 in the series is Murder in the Portal of Time. Book 2 is Retrograde in the Portal of Time, and what he did is switch the pictures around. Now what? So, thank you, David. And again, on his pre-order, so far he has sold 5 copies of this. Christopher, Lone Company, I know is one of them. And I know Rich Huff, the other night on Christine's show, placed his order for one. I am looking forward to obviously reading it, because my character is throughout the first book, and I realized he told me that he brought me back just so he could kill me again in the second book. So that goes. Here is the total David J. Brown collection, along with the one with Christine and David. So you got Daddy Had to Say Goodbye. Oh my God. If you idiots have ever taken anything I say seriously, I don't Smile Money, and Lily would tell me, you need to work on your approach. But so many of you guys always ask me about David's books, and then nobody orders them. I mean, if you're not a reader or you want it for your collection, hell, my man Mike, you've got the whole set. If you say to yourself, I just can't get through all of these books, I recommend Daddy Had to Say Goodbye as number 1. Number 2, probably because here's David breaking into something that he normally doesn't do, but he still does the mind fuck, and you just trust me. He has the ability to get in his head even when he switches around to doing the sci-fi. So this was a complete departure from his normal. Murder in the Portal of Time. Frickin' book was awesome. I recommend those 2, and not that I'm pushing any of the rest of them away. We got Flesh of a Fraud, Harvest Season, Body Parts, Alter Egos, The Killers in Us, Brothers of the Tattered Cloth, The Judicial System is Guilty. This is The Raping of Lady Liberty. So I would say, if you came to me and said, I'm only going to buy 3, you have to have the first one. Daddy Had to Say Goodbye. This is the one that really I wish someday, and before we lose David, that they actually made the movie of it. But Daddy Had to Say Goodbye, Murder in the Portal of Time, maybe I'm going to have to say Retrograde in the Portal of Time Travel, and then the judicial system. There's a... Okay. But if you're going to start, Daddy Had to Say Goodbye. I don't know a single person that has picked up that book and read it and just... It's like he's telling a story, which is, I can't say loosely, tightly, but the names and places have been changed to protect the innocent. It is a tight weave of his life up to the day he finished the book, and the shit that he's gone through, and the abuse, and the alcohol, and the drinky poos, and the women, and the... It's like, fuck, I'm surprised. David, I'm surprised you're still even alive, buddy. It's like, cheers to David, but we have to cheers with some non-alcohol because he's, 32, 33 years? I lose track. I'm always heavy for you on how long it's been, but over 30 years sobriety. Still going to classes, and I know you're going to them goddamn classes for A, the coffee, and B, the friendships that you've made, and anybody that you can pull along and save them from themselves. But what I appreciate about David is he's not preachy. You know, if you don't want to fix you, he's not gonna be the guy that forces you. He'll open the door. You have to decide if you step through it or not. So yeah, maybe it's a little wrong to cheers to David's sobriety and what he's accomplished up to this point in time. Let's all have a little drinky poo. Time for a top off. You know, David, if you're still listening, I don't really have a lot of regrets in my life. You know, money management as a 21-year-old, my decision. I can't even say that I would. I can't even say that I would go the other way, run the other way if I saw the ex, but because of her. This is the journey that I got put on. I would not have, and in case Lily's listening, because she's always like, you never okay, my oldest, Lorana. She's not my biological daughter, but I had been in her life since she was 11 months old. Lorana, Lily, Samantha. I mean, at what point, you know, I guess I haven't, on a personal journey, I did not go through enough misery that I would have walked the other way knowing what the outcome was with the children. And that direction put me and Christine together. Because all those what ifs, you know, wouldn't it be cool if there was actually like some kind of like inner, what would that be? A different realm, a different version of us, another Earth 2, 3, 4. All of there's physics that say there's a possibility that all of the things that could be are. So somewhere there's a me that drove on past the video store that day, that he saw her husband at the time, and I was like, stopped, and I went in thinking that I was going to see him, and Lisa was in there, only to find out that she was already planning a divorce. Woo, good job. But to have just gone, nope, and hit the gas and kept on going. which meant that would have never happened. My children would have never happened. I would have moved from Buffalo to Wisconsin like I really did, and I would not have left. I'd probably still be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The guy that I worked for was one of my best friends at the time, and ended up with 36 Domino's pizzas. We had 2 at the time, so maybe I'd just be that snob dick with the Lamborghini and perish in flames in a fiery alcoholic death on some freeway at 197 miles an hour because I was trying to get to 200. Maybe the same stretch of road that I totaled the Ford GT in, smile money. Imagine having the ability to actually sit down with somebody like God and say, how would it have turned out if I just didn't do this that day? Wow. Or what would happen if I would have done that day? Ugh, that's not good. So, David's books. If you haven't already, I say get Daddy Had to Say Goodbye, and it is now available as an audio book. If you don't actually want to read and you want to be like J-Dog and just lay on my couch while Christine reads the books to him, while I gently massage his feet and toss cheese and grapes into his mouth. So, yeah, the new one is available. Retrograde. Mama. Okay, sorry, back to reading. I digress. Speaking of Rich, Rich says cheers all. Cheers, Rich. And I spoke about Mike. Mike says cheers. Yeah, Mike was very adamant about being able to get the books. Cheapo Gun Guy says, you don't have to like someone, but you have to treat them as you wish to be treated. Here's a ripper, not an Eric type ripper, for ya. FJB. Anybody see, I think it was the NBC interview with him this morning? Mike next door, who's not real political, said, oh my God, what a fucking empty suit, and sent me the link to it. It's like, it's funny. I have to make sure I'm wording everything correctly, because my publicist will be watching this. He started off by saying that there is no violence. There should be no violence in politics. Even though you're the one that has been pulling people. And hey, get this. We are taking most of your Secret Service because Jill's going to be conveniently in the area that day. So I almost feel like I want to take back a little of my hostility towards the Secret Service. It sounded like on a normal day, they had half the people. They didn't have the people to maybe go out and scout. They didn't have the people to have snipers on the building that ended up being the shot that almost could have started the next revolution. But yeah, I found out that Trump's Secret Service detail has been cut and cut and cut, and then they took even more that day for somewhere Jill was in the area. So I just personally want to give back some of my hostility that I had towards the Secret Service. If I say was on a detail protecting David J. fucking Brown, by the way, his book is now available. Retrograde in the Portal of Time Travel. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. And And I know that I need an advanced team. I need the team that's there. I need it. I need enough. As far as I could tell, there was just those two guys up on the roof. There should have been guys. Come on, telling me that their perimeter was less than 130 yards of protection. Meanwhile, it's like, oh, look! If you look at it on an overhead view, it's almost like, hey, sorry, I didn't mean to put my finger in her twat. Hey, place sniper right here. We could just put an X. When he gets up there, there'll already be an X on the rooftop. Now, I'm sorry, I cannot give up on the fact that there's a woman in charge now, and she thinks there should be more women Secret Service agents. So you've got like this 5'2" woman trying to. I'm sorry, as a protectee, you need to be the same size or bigger than the person you're protecting. If I'm gonna take a shot and I'm watching somebody, say I'm David's protection, I am the same size as David. So if I get in front, I'm the one that's going to take the bullet, and I've done the job that I have signed up for. I know, publicist. But yeah, I'm giving back a little bit of my hostility towards the Secret Service, knowing how understaffed he is all the time, and then they took even more. So I don't know. I don't want to say that the whole thing is a setup and an inside job, and things just look like they couldn't have been laid out any better, other than the guy. Thankfully, at that very last second, Trump turned just a hair to grab a thing, and instead of taking one in the skull, took one through the ear. I don't know. I'm not a real religious person, but I almost feel like divine intervention took place right there. What would the world look like? What would the United States look like today if that happened 2 days ago? What if that bullet would have hit its target? I don't think we'd be talking today. I think I'd be mobile with heading in the direction of some of you guys to get together to make sure that it'd be weird. It'd be weird. I do believe that divine intervention, and it has really changed Trump. I don't know if it's just me that's noticed this, but to know that you were the thickness of your fucking ear away from being dead, and then the amount of love that he has. There isn't the. It's all based on a stack of lies in the Democratic Party. Everything from blacks thinking that the Democrats gave a shit about them. I don't know. How is it that you can't open a history book and see that the Republicans saved you? Right down to everything. It's like the entire basis. All Biden's doing is saying all Donald Trump does is lie. Wow, because that's what you're doing, and Obama has taught you well. Sub-comment on that last one from Cheap Old Gun Guy Spawn Money says, I agree, but sometimes you have to start that after you get even. I have not been able to master the whole turn the other cheek thing. Smart Money, it's actually, I feel a little refreshed inside, like someone just stuck a ice cube in my butthole to hear you. If of all the people I know, the one that I feel probably is diffusable, the easiest would be you. But hey, you're human? Wow, shit! When the fuck did that happen? Yeah, I'm not good. I am not good at turning the other cheek. I try though. I try to calculate out the worst case scenario of what I'm about to do. And that's why now I'm trying to respect the feedback of my guy, specializing in helping me develop a scenario where I don't get myself in trouble. I have a spotlight that's completely different than the normal person, like say some loser like McCline who just hides all the time. I'm gonna be in your driveway in 14.7 hours. Bring it, bitch. What have I said since this whole thing of not having a frickin' job working for the man makes it possible that if someone says, I want to come for a long weekend, is there any way that you could have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off? Let me check. Yeah! That was weird. Okay. Bad says, greetings, Captain. Greetings, Bad. I watched you making your homemade Bloody Mary mix and then using moonshine. I have to say I can't say anything bad about anything that you did because Bad. I have one recommendation for your list of ingredients. And I give full credit to Jeremy pre-dawn death. Everything that you did, but do a couple of splashes of A1 steak sauce to exactly what you did. Because I think I have everything memorized. The juice, lemon juice. That one was the one thing that kind of threw me for a loop, but so far me and you seem to align on alcohol. Oh, excuse me. So I'm gonna try your recipe, take a sip, or have one drink and then make another one identical except for the addition of the A1 steak sauce. That's Jeremy's thing is even with the pre-mix stuff. A1 steak sauce, a little splash of Tabasco, some pickle juice, and I think, and then of course you also had the Worcestershire sauce, but you also were completely homemade. Most of the pre-mix stuff already has something like that. So, but again, hey, it's like Bob Ross. It's your own little drink. Try what you want. It's experimentation. Okay, the added pew-pews today. I don't smile money. I still have not really your challenge, more like just consider this and then do it. Is the Mosin and the JP, and I wanted to add the JP Killer, and I also have the 24-inch. There was a day that say I was going to go out to the new range by myself. That's what I would bring, and of course the Ishapore. I'm thinking about ordering that little like torsion spring to try, but right now all my goofing off with it, that spring is holding exactly where it's supposed to be. It's not folding in on itself, so maybe bending it, tweaking it, and then flipping it up, both upside down and a full rotation when I put it back in place. But and then I added a heavy red dot to the front post. That kept disappearing, especially when we were shooting at white targets. Yeah, I am still waiting on the camera system that I have paid for with the help of a bunch of you. Smile money, Sharkey. Oh, sorry, Sharky. You can actually sit on David's books if you'd like. I don't know if you have any in the collection right now when you were here. I thought so, but either way, for everything you've ever done for me, I need to make sure that you're next time you're here, soon would be nice. Make sure that you have the collection, because after all, he is a reader, and I do have a mission. I have been. Problem is I'm like reading 3 different things right now, and the Chariot of the Gods, of course, in all honesty, Sharky, because I watched the TV series, a lot of what's in the book is just kind of a recap of stuff I've already heard. But he said, if I get it for you, will you read it? Yes, I will. And I am. Plus, I also have some NIHAP homework, and his full honesty, because if he calls and says, how far have you made it in here, I am behind. I have to school myself so I can take a test. Usher Myers says, good night, King. Thank you, sir. Still have no idea who you are, but I'm glad that you're here. And of course, the whole Star Trek thing gets you some bonus points. Bad says, when do you get your 2 teeth pulled? Are you getting a bridge to replace the tooth? It's a wisdom tooth, and then the next one on here, and it sounds like it's just pull and go, and that happens Monday. And I have to have a ride, so David's going. I'm not sure if I'm even going to bother working on Monday. I might actually just show my appreciation to David and buy him breakfast at Big Daddy's, and maybe we can cuddle and smoke before I have to go in. It's at 1 o'clock, so I doubt. Drinking through a straw. No, you can't drink through a straw because no suction. Because I have never had a tooth pulled. Everything in my mouth is as it was given to me, and so this will be the first time. But no, you're not supposed to use a straw because you can do no suction, no smoking. I'm not sure because I do all sorts of bad things while I'm asleep. That's probably why they're cracked, because I grind my teeth, and I've tried. Nothing's worked. Maybe if she put those in my mouth, I wouldn't grind my teeth. Damn. Okay. Wade, glad someone is getting wet. We're in a drought here with temperatures in the upper 90s. Sand a few 100+ thrown in. Yeah, stay safe. Yes, yeah. Yeah, we're definitely experiencing the most amount of rainfall. I think we actually might be in record territory. I mean, the whole time I was down at Jolson's, there was that fear of the dam breaking, and basically, it would have been a mess. I mean, I was amazed. I mean, you'd walk into his backyard and look at the Mississippi as it's flowing by going, that's not much. But you'd actually walk down and look at the water, and it's like, holy shit. It actually bent some of the bars that support his dock. Solid, yeah, hey baby. How you doing, huh? Jolson says, we don't need any cowbell. God, I love Jolson. Captain Caveman says, Jake Angel K9. Jake Angel K9, all my comments are being deleted as smile money. The video can say things, but the comments taken about the story must be a no-no. Then he says, I like how you have a hide chuckling about humor directed at Matt. Did he threaten not to share his barbecue with you? If he catches all your laughing at a smile money joke about him, laugh out loud. He doesn't say anything, and he's proud of his barbecuing, so I mean, Matt knows that. Matt, I mean, obviously I'm not saying shit behind his back, because he must have a really big back if all of you are hearing this. But I pick on Matt because, to me, he's a brother, he's a friend. I can count on him through thick and thin. I mean, the whole time we were in Maine, it's like, and it's like, and all you assholes, most of you assholes, don't even want. It's like, hey, here's the code. When you punch this in, it'll disarm the security system, unlock the door, do your little walkthrough to make sure there's no gas or running water, and when you leave, you can actually do the same thing at the panel, and it gives you like a minute to get out or whatever. And he's like, no. When you see me standing at your back door, turn the system off, unlock the damn door, and when I leave, I'll text you that I shut the door behind me, and you can lock the door and turn the system back on. Not to mention the 2 or 3 times that we've had weird instances where the alarm system has gone off, and I'm like, holy shit, there's no way. First of all, it's great. If it was me by myself, I'd be like, fuck, I'm just gonna head home and make sure that this isn't real. But yeah, the last time Miles didn't shut the side door right, and it was a really windy day, and well, the system is armed, the door is shut enough that the system thinks that the door is shut, and boof, a big positive burst of air goes between my house and Mike's and blows the side door open, sets the system off. I'm looking on the camera. I do see that the screen door is open, but unless I put the camera on Mike's house, which probably isn't all that bad of an idea. He'd probably never even notice. I can't tell if the door is open, closed, or what the fuck's going on. And then here's Matt. He's probably been asleep for 45 minutes or so since he worked all night. Let's call him. And he actually answers his phone. I'm like, dude, I hate to do this to you. No problem. Just give me a minute. I gotta throw on some clothes and I'll go over and take a look. Calls me back. Yeah, the side door was open. I went downstairs. No sign of anybody. The upstairs door is still locked. So, if you could unlock the back door, I'm gonna go in, shut the side door, let myself out of the basement, put the lock back on, step out the back door, and you can lock everything back up. It's all good. I don't know very many people that help me without notice or whatever, like Matt does. He's Matt. But he's also he's a good person. Will be another stake in the voodoo doll if the other one hears me say that. But oh my God, go fuck yourself. Smile money. Okay, I waited a period of time. The Secret Service guys on the roof may not have been able to see the crooks until he popped up over the crest of the roof. Even though for 3 minutes everybody, I know, maybe the left hand didn't talk to the right hand, but there's a guy on the roof with a gun. The guy on the roof there was even a cop that said he walked up the ladder, saw him, he turned, And as a complete side note, I feel so bad for Matt. Not our Matt, Matt from Demolition Ranch, because he truly was wearing a Demolition Ranch shirt. Brandon Herrera did a meme about it, and he addressed the same. He was actually wearing the same shirt that the shooter wore. And anybody that follows Demolition Ranch knows that Matt and his family and his kids are true Americans. They don't talk politics. For all I know, I mean, anybody that's as heavy into being a true patriot and having fun like he does, he's also a veterinarian. I know he's not a Democrat. But yeah, so he goes, you just have no idea the feelings that you go through when you're linked with Trump, this piece of shit, and Demolition Ranch. He's like, bought a shirt online. Well, I sell shirts on almost every continent. We have shipped a shirt to. I don't have control over that. But here he is, dragged into it because of this piece of shit. Publicist, I hope I'm...
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
It is not. I'm trying to be good. Okay. Swami, should you really talk negatively about your customers? The ones right now, yes. Yes, I should. They deserve everything. When I walk in and say, I'll give you 1 week notice, I need window to wall, 4 feet. And then I give them a 1 week notice. And 4 days until I'm supposed to be there, they're like, I thought you were going to... I did let you know. Do I need to show you your own text? Then I get there today. Brilliant! Smiley, you are right. I apologize. I should not say anything negative about a customer. EMT real fan kept dog for the 3rd day in a row. B2 and fire. Fuck YouTube. Smash the button. B2.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
Oh, son of a bitch. EMT, congratulations. You have now sunk your 2nd bottle ship. Boom! $40. Best economy ever.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
Oh, yesterday I told Cobra I missed him and I want to know what he was wearing. He says he's wearing a sleeveless Kiss shirt. Ooh. Sexy. McLean, not saying you should be worried, but I'm not saying that you shouldn't be. Cobra says F2 Frank 2. Of course, if you're watching the video by now, you know that was a miss. Well, I guess it could have. See, that's never mind. I don't want to give my strategies away. Of course, by now a bunch of you know exactly what and what not to do. McLean, 2 words. Eric Davidoff. Davidoff is a really good cigar. I hope you... Well, it sounds like you enjoyed it. Jolson, J10. J10 is a misdemeanor. Tom? Trump, Vance, 2024, and... Was it J.D. Vance? I saw Sean Hannity listen for, God, she's beautiful, half an hour interview at the convention with him. A Marine, family man, comes from a background that David J. Brown would be able to relate to. He seemed like a really good guy. I know, God, there's just so much information. I still want to know is, that whole, Trump was passing around a 13-year-old girl and he's a pedophile, according to the information that Lily has. And his entire Secret Service detail hates him because he's so difficult. That's the first time I had ever heard that. Usually everybody says, what a great guy. Look at what happened. He called to let Vance know that he was his pick to be VP. And, of course, he's at home doing what you would do when you have a family with young kids. And I guess Trump insisted that he put his 7-year-old son on the line. And Trump spoke with the future VP's 7-year-old son. Not got pissed off or whatever. I just think the whole internet and fucking delivery system. I want to say everything that Lily is convinced that Trump is a fucking lie from the Democratic Party. Could I be being manipulated? Maybe. But I just don't see him as a pedophile hanging out with Epstein, sharing a 13-year-old, and his entire detail hates him. I've heard quite to the contrary of all that. Booby woman! Mr. 27 says 23rd. Then he says, intro Patrick Brew Bomey show. Then Sharky on the right video says, cheers, intro song is one of the best brew songs. Pez dispenser on deck. No, that's a low capacity. Here we go. Because that could get me adiosed. Because WokeTube is right on it. Making sure that they control the narrative. That's okay. All I have is 2 round mags. And there actually is a kit that you can adapt that over to take magazines. But that's, to me, this is a bench rest gun. I was talking to Matt about going deer hunting with him, and at this point in time, I don't know if I want to take something like that, or honestly, I want Matt take the get a little bit more time at the range with the Ishapore. You know how awesome it would be to be able to take a deer with that rifle. God damn, that thing is fucking sexy. And it's weird because it's not me at all. It's not me at all. I want to recreate exactly what Din has for his AK. That is exactly what I want. That everything. Well, I probably couldn't afford. I can't afford to do any of it right now, Din. But I don't think I'd be able to afford to put the night vision on it. I don't think I'd want the night vision on that. If I were to put night vision on anything I have right now in the collection, it would be the 300 Blackout rifle. That would be the one to have the night vision on. But I get it with you and a little, as far as home sweeper, get a jump on somebody because your shit is working in complete darkness, and boom boom, down goes the man or the intruder. Sorry, publicist, I meant intruder. But yeah, to actually take that, to be able to say that I took a deer with the Ishapore as opposed to anything else in the collection. I'm sorry, it's, some people say, 5.56 is fine. It is. I mean, you hit the vitals or do a noodle shot. You know, especially when, for the most part, Matt has to push them out of the way enough so that he can actually take the shot. But yeah, I'm Ishapore or Mosen. That's what I see as far as deer hunting goes, and I'm leaning towards 1967. Shit, right now I can't even remember when this guy. I have the scope in the way. I'm sorry. 1943. 1943. But I really like 1967. A lot of good shit happened in 1967. Sharky, I wonder how Trump could prevent the Epstein list from becoming public when he hasn't been in office for the last 3.5 years. If I were the current administration and Trump was on that list, the list would be out there for on every corner. No, shit, Sharky, you have an excellent point. If he was on the list, of course, if he was on the list, the person presenting the list is probably on the list, so it gets awkward. If you want to take an enemy down, but you got someone hanging on to your ankle and you're going too, but I don't believe it. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I wish there was the definitive thing so I could actually say to Lily, sorry, but you're wrong. Trump is not the you have fallen for the fucking Democratic bullshit. I think I did good, publicist, right there. Yeah, I'm looking for some notes on what still needs work and where I try to polish this turd. Love you. Sharky, SH, oogly eyes on the test dispenser, never gets old. Classic B&E outro cartoon babe. Yeah, I know I've probably shown everything in that folder. I'm also showing some of the Ebomi stuff because I can't use it anymore. John Solar says, "Oh, you can't use all that intro stuff," but personally, that's what I was. That was who I was. Frickin' YouTube. Okay, and 40 hour and 42 minutes ago, wow, Smart Money says, new detail, they encountered Crooks 30 minutes before as a suspicious person with a suspected rangefinder. They have a photo of him and let him go on his way. Wow. So, now I'm just... her eyes. I mean, I don't even care that she's got... Well, I do care that she's got boobs. But, I guess I don't even care that she has eyes. She's got boobs. So, if there was like a team of people there and... 100... You're dope. 130 yards. So, on a 5.56, yeah, just about nothing at this. And, oh, hang on a second. Wind speed, yeah. Oh, where to... let's see. Let me detect the bullshit. Oh, we got no bullshit today because it's Trump. You're good to go. And that's it. This part where I hit the button, tell you about this. And thanks to Din. Go to the club. Whoa. What is the deal with this case? If Din shook it the entire time he was on his way, yes. She just looks like she could be a librarian or, I don't know, dick holder. If he shook this the entire way if he put this on top of his strut tower, it doesn't explain why a week later, they're still volatile when you open them. Unless it's the batch. Let's see. Let's do this. I would definitely say this is like A1 plus lawnmower beer. Hot weather, sitting outside. It's not real sweet. It's still very tasty. It just kind of reminds me literally of the lemon drops. 5.5%. Overall, I'd give it an 8. It's in its own weird little category, but I tell you what, Left Hand, if you see something from Left Hand, give it a try. Tell me what you think. Again, unfortunately, this one's seasonal, so if I wanted a few of them, I guess I'd have to stock up. I don't know how they would ale with Meyer lemon and natural lemon flavors added. Ingredients: Rocky Mountain water, malted barley, wheat, oats, Meyer lemon, natural lemon flavors, hops, yeast, contains wheat. A burst of sunshine in every sip. Okay. Then, of course, the other thing is the Desert Eagle, and I'm always shocked that it's just barely able to hang on to the beautiful stand that Hazman 440. It was amazing how he used to watch every single one of my brew reviews when he worked, but now that he's retired, he does not comment or anything anymore. But I gotta get this out too. I think it's funny because Josh's dad thought that this kicked more than his 4570 government Desert Eagle revolver. I will say that as much as I want the revolver, I would not trade away my 50 AE, especially since they're trying to make this a bad guy. Not to mention, it's covered in liberal tears. All the beautiful work that Jay at Elite Ammunition did on this. It's like, Jay, where is any of the original? There's no original color anywhere on this thing. It's freaking looks like it was always this, and it used to be that fucking shit ass brown. I can't even show you what it used to look like because there's none of it anywhere. Love this thing though. I should get a appendix carry for it. I used to have a holster for it, but I gave the holster to the Ninja. This thing weighs more than you do. Are you seriously carrying it? And then, of course, Jay worked on the trigger. Didn't do anything over the top, just cleaned it up and got rid of any grittiness. For what it is, it's got a really nice reset. Should get some Celtic cross grips for it. Okay, in the club. Two of you, 3 comments. Mr. 27 says, Brew Bomi Club time is here. And I know you would approve of this. Oh, natural gigantic titties. Cheers, Mr. 27. Then he says, still no multi 357 man. Yeah, I'll give him a demerit. We'll get to the bottom of this. Then Smile Money says, cheers, clubbers. Everyone get back from vacation soon. Oh yeah, the Legos Gaza City pack. Look at that. Is the light green? Wow, wow, magical. Good thing I hit the button. Bad says, hi, clubbers. Bad, hello. Cheers to you, you deplorable bastard. Yes. And Rich says, cheers, clubbers. According to McLean, I have made my quota. I am hitting the button. Light's green, trap's clean. And I should see you tomorrow because more than likely none of my instructions were followed. So I'll have a good 5 hours between 8 and 9 p.m. Cheers.